safe harbor statement, it's very, very important. Both the speaker and host, we are organizing this meetup in individual capacity only. We are not representing our employers here. The current presentation is strictly meant for learning purpose only. Pranav will be sharing his experience with everyone. He will be telling us how we can explore Salesforce, how we can make use of Trailhead. He'll be sharing his practical experience with us. But if you are in the similar business case and if that same solution does not work for you, then we don't hold the responsibility. You have to do your analysis and then implement the solution. Last but not the least, this presentation is not meant for any promotional activities. It is strictly for learning and knowledge sharing. I hope I'm clear on the safe harbor statement. Next slide, please, Pranav, and I'll hand it over to you.
Cool, Neeraj.
Just one liner about me. I know many people know me. My name is Neeraj Kumar. I'm the New York City meetup group host. And without taking further time, I know everyone will be excited about this wonderful topic. So I want to introduce everyone, I want to introduce Pranav to everyone. So Pranav, he's like a developer success engineer with Salesforce, and he's my Salesforce mentor. And he's amazingly doing outstanding things in the Salesforce arena. And Pranav, thank you so much for accepting the proposal and blessing the New York City group with your presentation. Thank you so much for doing it. Over to you, Pranav.
Thanks. These are really kind and overwhelming words, and thanks again for that. I begin with this particular any other stuff and get into the presentation. So this is my first ever session presenting to any MuleSoft community group, and I would thank Neeraj for giving me this opportunity. So sometimes because Salesforce and MuleSoft, they sort of like go hand in hand, and with it being a Salesforce company and stuff. But yeah, this is really a fresh opportunity for me to provide a fresh perspective to everybody who's attending the session today. So along with that, I would also like to thank all the attendees that we have. I know it's early morning time for somebody's on weekends. For some people, it might be a late evening as well. So I really thank everybody for the engagement, staying tuned with us. And I really do hope that all your expectations are met and I am able to answer all your queries. If you talk about me, brief about myself. So my journey with Salesforce started back in 2017. I have been dedicatedly working in the Salesforce ecosystem since then. I have worked on multiple roles as that of a senior developer, solution designer, and right now working as a consultant as well. In terms of the total knowledge that I have, I can say that yeah, I am a 5x certified Salesforce consultant. I'm both a Salesforce Sales Cloud and Service Cloud certified consultant. Along with that, my secondary and tertiary skills do include Copado, Flowsum, and other DevOps related stuff. Along with also an agile development specialist, and I'm also new to this MuleSoft world, to be honest. Yeah, and I've had to do a great deal of learning, so I'm looking forward for all the assistance from Neeraj as well. But yeah, this is really going to be a good session. In Salesforce, I work as a developer success engineer in Salesforce customer success group. So my work comes across helping customers and partners figure out what's going on wrong with their implementations, suggestions on the way, and sometimes we do need to build POCs as well to help out the customers from time to time. Along with that, I'm also a Forex Ranger. I'll get into what Ranger is all about a bit later if somebody might not be familiar with it. And also I am a Trailhead guide. So right now today I'll be doing my duties as a Trailhead guide to spread the knowledge about and the word about both Salesforce and Trailhead. So moving forward to the next slide now. Okay, so this is a brief agenda of what we'll be covering with this presentation today. Some of the key important factors and some of the key points that we'll be covering today is why do we need to learn Salesforce and MuleSoft skills, number one. Number two is what is Trailhead, followed by what makes Trailhead special. Now, what do we need to actually blaze this MuleSoft journey by making use of Trailhead? And we'll having some good things as well on the way. Before I further move into this presentation, the key idea behind this particular session was when I had initially interacted with Neeraj, and we were not sure what blend of attendees we are going to have. But from speaking from my experience and from Neeraj's experience as well, and what my understanding is, today we are going to address two sort of groups that we might be having in this session. So the one group is the people who are already versed with Salesforce and Trailhead, what it is all about. They have been working in the Salesforce ecosystem for some time, and they are wondering how they need because we obviously know, right? MuleSoft is now the go-to place for iPaaS when we're talking about Salesforce and other major integrations as well. So people who are already versed with the Salesforce stuff and want to start their MuleSoft journey, what exactly do they need, or from where can they do that? That is the one group that today. And on the other side, we have people who might be very well versed with the MuleSoft front, but might want to become might want to be great robust builders, might want to build more scalable solutions, or at the end of the day, want to be very great learners as well, want to increase their knowledge about Salesforce, what the platform is all about, all the whole CRM works and other related stuff. So the next group that we'll be focusing on is that one. So when we both combined, when both the groups are combined, that is the common ground that we get through Trailhead, and that is what is the idea behind this session, and that is what we'll be going to cover in the next coming slides as well.
Pranav, before we move, just a small suggestion. Could you please turn off your video? I think sometimes your voice is breaking.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
Yeah.
Is it fine now, Neeraj?
Yes, perfect.
Great. So now the next thing is why learn Salesforce plus MuleSoft skills. So we know, right, as it was said when we started with the session, that yeah, there's a very fine line we were talking about Salesforce and MuleSoft. But the thing is that we need to understand why is this common ground required in the first place. Now we all know that MuleSoft has been the go-to place for some major implementations by some big organizations as well. There are a lot of implementations being done, some very scalable and robust integrations that are being done. But sometimes, as Neeraj has already added to this point when we began this session, like having an idea about what the source system is, what the destination system is, and that when we're talking about that system, we are talking about dedicatedly Salesforce itself, because most of the time we know, right, that whatever cloud that a particular customer or a client is having, or an organization is having, most of the times, yeah, you're going to majorly find Salesforce being implemented there. So whether we are talking about major names like that of Sony or Samsung, or they're talking about many other proud customers as well, like Johnson and Johnson, you might always have Salesforce sitting somewhere in the ecosystem. And from time to time, there have been challenges across. How do we have better integrations in place? How do we have better idempotent solutions in place to actually cater to the needs that are coming, cater to the needs, or the new needs from time to time that do come up from the customer's front. And yeah, why is this particular knowledge even required? Yes, obviously, when we have a good understanding of how Salesforce works, what exactly is the go-to place, or what might be going on wrong somewhere, will be able to build many great solutions as well. So I even mentioned a term called idempotence, right, or idempotent. So let me just go into a bit more detail on it. So most of the folks here, guys, might already be architects as well. So when we're talking about idempotence, that is one of the major important factors into that we put into solution. That is one thing that we have to look forward to when we are building solutions. Idempotence is basically refers to whatever thing that we are building, or whatever outcome do we receive from something that is built. If it is executing or running one time, or it's executing multiple times, it should have the same outcome. It should run with the same efficiency. It should produce the same result. And that is what everybody is looking at the grassroots level at the end of the day. So having understanding of the platform at a deeper level, of the total things that are available for a person to basically explore around on the integration front in Salesforce, is going to make a job easier, right? Sometimes, let's say if you're working on a particular implementation which is very critical, and the folks on the other side, let's say we have the Salesforce side and folks working on the MuleSoft side, and we have we don't have, let's say, architectural insight available on the Salesforce side. So if you know what might be going on wrong in the first place, it's really going to help the other team out. And at the end of the day, everybody wants that, yeah, our customers or our clients should be happy. What all things that we are building should work fine, should not fail, and we are able to deliver within timelines. So adding everything together, having the right weapons, or I can say the right arrows in your arsenal at the end of the day within the Salesforce and MuleSoft ecosystem is really going to make the job a lot easier, and it's going to be fun on the way as well, because learning new things is always great, right? I guess everybody will agree on this. So one more thing that I'd like to cover at this particular point of time is the word Salesforce Customer 360. Now, we might already be familiar that MuleSoft is also a Salesforce company. It's already a Salesforce product as well. So we already know, yeah, that the Customer 360 front of Salesforce is all about whatever the customer wants, what sort of implementation or what sort of functional implementation that the customer is looking for. We should be able to cater that. So when we're talking about analytics, we have Tableau. When we have Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. We have, for learning, we have Trailhead. We have the Salesforce platform, and along with other stuff, we have the Experience Cloud and other go-to places. For integrations, we have MuleSoft. Now, as this particular front is increasing, we are going into a bit more and more detail from time to time, and we have different clouds that are implemented, and the go-to place for integration is to be MuleSoft, because this whole horizon of products for Salesforce is, if I'll say go back to 13 or 14 years back, it would have been simple. Major clouds would have been for Salesforce were actually sales or service. But apart from that, if you're talking about, there's a lot more to say, just apart from the dedicated clouds that we have. So yeah, having a product knowledge as well, or I can say product centric knowledge, is really going to make your job a lot easier. Salesforce Customer 360, because we are number one CRM and we are leading, we have this focus on building flexible and scalable solutions, scalable functionalities for the customer. So yeah, we really want things to work as per our knowledge, as per our implementation, and for that we should have all the necessary understanding of the platform and what it is all about. So it's really important to understand how we can build upon using Trailhead to expand our knowledge and horizon on this skill front, to upskill continuously, to at the end of the day dedicate ourselves to the Customer 360 motto that is prevalent in the whole, I can say, Salesforce community, and along with that the MuleSoft community as well. One of the other important factors, and these four key terms would have been heard by everybody, I guess, across some one day or the other. The four main basic values at Salesforce are trust, customer success, innovation, and equality. Now, why I would like to address this particular four values is because I feel whether we're talking about Salesforce or we are talking about MuleSoft, at the end of the day, these are the things that almost every implementation is looking forward to. Now, it's just not centered towards the Salesforce side. Even MuleSoft is actually focusing a lot on the customer success, on innovation. I know that there is with every release that kicks in, there are new things that are being rolled out. Neeraj would be able to add much better on this. He would be having a much better insight on this. We'll get to that. But apart from that, I guess at the end of the day, what we want is innovative solutions being built on the platform, the trust where the customers can actually trust us with their functionalities being working. Everybody knows, right? A production environment is really critical one. Some businesses, and especially in the COVID-19, I have really seen customers getting troubled whenever there's issues in their productions or stuff not working, either that's an integration flow being interrupted or anything like that. And we really need all hands on deck in situations like this. So in all the scenarios, whatever we have, we really need to be committed to our customers. We need our customers to believe on us, and also have that part of trust being built every day whenever we are working. And I guess we are all dedicated to this front as well, irrespective of in which platform are we working on, whether that's the Salesforce or the MuleSoft platform. But yeah, at the end of the day, that is what we are looking forward to. And I really hope everybody relates to it. This has been my correlation with stuff as well. And to be honest, the factor of innovation, equality is what I look forward to every day. Along with that, as I work in the customer success group, that is my go-to place, right? I work every day, I live every day to help the customers whenever they are stuck. And trust is everywhere prevalent in all the Salesforce products. That is what I can say. Neeraj, what do you think on this front, where we are talking about security and building trust in terms of implementations on MuleSoft?
100% I agree with you, Pranav. Security is the utmost important thing for any organization. If security is not there, like, you will risk your whole data to lose to your competitors. Security, I think, is the most important thing. But on the same front, trust is also very much important, because who is implementing your solution, you should have trust. And first of all, that company also should have trust on them, that yes, we can implement better solutions and we can build better relationships with our customers. So I completely agree with you.
True, Neeraj. And I can say that not talking about values from the organizational fronts or the platform fronts, we can say these are the values that everybody can relate to from day-to-day life. And I really hope that somebody gets a chance to incorporate it in their daily life, and that really proves to be very useful. And I'm saying that from my personal experience as well. It's really at the end of the day, it focuses you towards a definite path that you need to follow, and it makes the job a lot simpler and easier.
Very true, Pranav.
Now this we have all talked about how Salesforce and MuleSoft is were going on in hand, but I'll also talk about the impact of what Salesforce has. From time to time, we have seen the number of jobs in the Salesforce ecosystem increasing. Now, as I can say, Salesforce is just not limited to the dedicated clouds that we have. MuleSoft is also one extension of what we have at Salesforce. So yeah, the overall impact that it has over the community, over the whole globe, that and there are some of the stats that are visible to you. I have a breakdown of the different regions of America, West Europe, and APAC region as well. The targets that Salesforce is looking forward to, the number of jobs that they want to build in the Salesforce economy. So people who are actually new to this world, people who have actually started either their Salesforce or the MuleSoft journey, and are actually new to this world of technology or this platform as well, you can really see that there is a lot of impact work being done all across the globe. And along with that, it's really going to increase. So as and when the whole world works on the concept of supply and demand, right? So if there's a demand, there's an increase in the number of jobs. Obviously, there are more seasoned professionals being required at the end of the day, people who are more cross-functional, people who have more technical depth of not only a dedicated iPaaS platform or a SaaS platform, they're people who are having knowledge of both. So a person who is having knowledge of both Salesforce platform as a service, or I can say MuleSoft integration platform as a service, would be the go-to place for any queries, right? So with the impact that is being done on this all across, I can really say people who are still new to this journey or people who are already seasoned professionals, both of you can always pitch in into the upskilling part, and Trailer is really going to help you a lot in this whole journey, and you can keep on growing more, gaining more and more knowledge on the way. And yeah, because the demand is pretty high, I can say that and let's say if your aspirations somewhere or someday are not being met in your current role or in your current ecosystem in which you're working on, you can always have a better place to be. And that is where I can say that yeah, there's one more thing why Salesforce having them together is really going to help you out, because there are a lot of people who are looking for great professionals, great not only from the technical perspective but also from the functional perspective as well. They have a good understanding of stuff. They're going to help you out a lot at the end of the day.
I completely agree with you, Pranav. Everyone is looking for cross-functional architects, and learning Salesforce plus MuleSoft together, I think it will be a very good blend.
True, Neeraj. Completely agreed. And I guess also, if somebody who is working in a Salesforce ecosystem, let's take my example. I'm also pretty new to the MuleSoft part. I have also started my upskilling, and I have also started focusing on the stuff that is available. So that is a new thing that has picked up my interest. I'm really learning on that, because at the end of the day, somewhere at some point of time, there would be a requirement coming up my way where I would have to interact with my counterparts from the MuleSoft side, or there might be expectations from my higher leadership or management to lead an integration well, or consult on an integration project as well, along with the existing Salesforce one that I'm doing. So everybody doesn't want to miss on stuff like that, opportunities like that as well, right? Because we all can agree on one thing, that time and tide wait for none. So I guess with the economy growing, with the times changing, especially COVID-19 times, we have seen a lot of transitions happening. I guess that it's a really good time to start upskilling and start the journey if somebody is already not done. I have for sure already started doing that some time back, and it's really been a great time coming across the MuleSoft ecosystem as well.
Very well said, Pranav.
Now, apart from that, let's talk about the different career fronts as well. Now, many people might be knowing that there are multiple roles in the Salesforce ecosystem that are available. Some of the common ones being an admin, that a developer, consultant, those being some popular ones. Apart from that, we have the architect front as well. We have solution designers, a new addition being the UX designer as well. Now, the irrespective of what path you are treading upon, learning an integration platform is really going to help make your job easier. Let me talk about being a developer or being an admin. For example, if I am a Salesforce administrator, there are two types of development that is done in Salesforce. If somebody is not a bit versed with it, there are two types of developments, and we can differentiate them as declarative development and programmatic development. So when we are talking about declarative development, that is when we make use of point and click approaches, drag and drop approaches to build some very great and complex functionalities. We have a lot of stuff to do that, a lot of automations that we can build, lot of business processes related functionalities that we can achieve purely through the drag and drop stuff. We don't need to write code for that. And on the other hand, we have the programmatic development part as well. So when we have programmatic development code, whether that's in Apex or whether we are writing on stuff like Lightning Web, other things like that. So when that happens, obviously that is a different thing. But irrespective of when we're working on point and click approaches, it's more on the front of a platform app builder or an admin. When we are working on the coding related stuff and LWC related stuff, that is when it comes for to be a developer. Or let's say if I'm talking about functionality related stuff purely, right? If I am a consultant, that is what I'm doing right now. So irrespective of what career path you are or you are looking forward to in the Salesforce ecosystem, having knowledge about MuleSoft is really going to help you out. If for somebody who wants to start their journey in Salesforce, want to learn new things in Salesforce, want to explore what all career paths that we have, you can always use the URL that has been displayed. It's trailhead.salesforce.com/career path. You just feel free to explore every role that we have, what all things that you need to prepare for, some of the useful modules as well. But I can say, irrespective of what career path that you want to follow, having cross-functional knowledge is really important. That is going to be a go-to thing in next coming years as well. I was talking about some of the popular roles that we have, some of the career paths that we have. So a brief idea about what all roles are there in the ecosystem. So this is the slide dedicated to that. We have business analysts, we have architects, consultants, we have developers, admins, designers, analysts as well that make use of Tableau, if somebody would have heard of it. Tableau, that sort of stuff. But apart from that, some less popular but very widely in demand roles are sales, service, and marketing managers as well. Into a bit more detail about this, but yeah, if you are figuring out and want to understand what each role is all about, what skills do you need to achieve this sort of role or work into this role, you can just go back to the link where I said trailhead.com/career path, and you can find all the knowledge required there itself. Cool. So now the next thing is if some, or I guess most of the people might be new to this word Trailhead. You might have seen that popping up somewhere on LinkedIn. Most of the people might be familiar with this thing coming up. If you're learning MuleSoft somewhere due to cookie results, this might be getting displayed on your web browser pages as well. But we are going to go into a bit more detail about what Trailhead is all about. So Trailhead is a really great and a free learning platform that you can leverage to be well versed with Salesforce and the Salesforce related products as well. There are a lot of useful things that can be gained. There are a lot of learnings that can be done, and that's really present in a structured way. It's really present in a very in a systematic and categorized way, and you are really going to have a great journey, great fun on the way of learning. So there are a lot of stuff. So let's just quickly jump into what the things we can find on Trailhead and how it has been done to actually pick your interest and make the journey more interesting. So some of the key things that I really like to highlight and really love about Trailhead is, number one, it's online and mobile. So if you have an access to an internet and a web browser, you can just always log into your Trailhead account. You can always start doing batches on the go. Sometime back, we had launched Trailhead Go, a mobile application as well for both Android as well as iOS devices. That really makes the job easier. You can monitor your badges that you're doing. You can do badges on the go. So let's say if you're traveling and you are bored, you want to cover a content, or let's say you are in mid of your work commute and you had last night you were doing some badges and that is in progress. You really want to get that done before starting your work or starting your day. You can always leverage this particular part of Trailhead, the Trailhead Go app that you have, or you can log into your laptop, desktops, mobile devices anytime, and you can just start your upskilling journey, start your learning journey at any place and at any point of time. Along with that, we have a great thing, which is the gamified design as well. So when we're talking about gamified design, we have points getting accrued. We have points being given out for every topic that you cover, every module that you cover, and there are different trails as well that give you out a lot of things. So all these terms might be a bit overwhelming. What is this trail about? What is this other things about? But we are going to cover all of that. So just hold your horses and we'll get into it a bit later. But for who doesn't love this sort of stuff, right? You gain something, your efforts are getting counted, your efforts are getting collected at one point of time. It's getting, at the end of the day, you can see what did you achieve, or at the end of the month you can see what did you achieve. So all this thing is really makes the whole learning journey fun, right? Because nobody wants the learning journey to be monotonous or boring. That is one other great thing that I really love about Trailhead. Bite-sized learning content is the next best thing. Obviously, when somebody is learning something new, you are completely not familiar with it and you're just starting your journey, or you're not well versed, or you are just figuring out the basics or just frisking through. You really want content to not be overwhelming for you. You don't need your hands full and your mouth full, right? And you, because most of the people who drop learning or are not interested in a particular topic are the ones who are basically intimidated by long video lectures, long sessions. Nobody wants that, right? We want something that is easy to remember, so something which is easy to grasp, and that is what our whole Trailhead content is all about. It's divided into specific topics, into modules that are simple and easy to understand and grasp. Also, having said that, that's really a great thing for me as well, because sometimes having such categorized topics into small dedicated bite-sized content, if you're looking for something specific on Trailhead, you really know that this is the whole part that I need to target, and that's it. Your job gets done. The next thing is the type of experience that we throw towards a learner. So as I said, there are multiple career paths that are there. So for example, if you are interested more on the admin side, your learnings, you want your learnings to be focused more on the developer side, or side. So the whole journey, the number of badges that are present, or I can say the number of modules that have been made available, are all about on what the learner wants at the end of the day. So we have this learner first approach, and we have the content curated as per your interest and what you're looking forward to with respect to your journey that you want to cover at the end of the day. Also, we have, as I said, it's both personalized as well for roles and levels. So if you start becoming more and more familiar, you can find that the content is arranged as per the complexity as well. If you are an intermediate or an advanced person in the Salesforce ecosystem trying to learn new stuff as well. So it's all personalized as per role, as per level. That really makes the job simple for anybody. So if at the end of the day, if you want that, I want to start with basics of MuleSoft. So I want to learn something about APIs. So you really know that, yeah, where can you find that content, where you can put that filter and other related stuff and find that relevant content as well. So why Trailhead has been in demand for so long, and some people might be having this question in mind as well. There are a lot of platforms that are available. Some platforms like Udemy, Coursera, and a lot of and YouTube as well. Then why Trailhead? What is actually different about Trailhead that you should look forward to in terms of gaining new skills about Salesforce or MuleSoft, whatever it is? So the first thing is we have not only the technical content that is available, we have soft skill related stuff as well. We have business centered stuff as well, business processes oriented stuff as well that is present. Along with that, you know that the demand for Salesforce skills and the other Salesforce related products is increasing from time to time. So for that, we have all the content already available on Trail, and that too free of cost. In case if somebody is looking forward to a classroom experience as well, so that is when they can actually have expert led sessions as well available. So that is a part of another program called Trailhead Live that is there. So you in whatever way or medium of learning that you want, you can have that, learn all the skills that are required. The next thing is the earn part. So now whenever we are learning something, we would really not want our achievements to be missed out by anybody, right? So that is where, as I said, we have the gamified design where the scores are accrued. Along with that, there are some badges as well. Now there's a concept of super badges as well. One thing I like to clear before we move forward is the term credentials. So for some people, the credential might be that of the credential would be referring to a certification, but for Salesforce side, that's not the case. A credential can be a super badge, or it can either be a certification exam. Both of them are called credentials. The only difference being super badge is free. It's available on Trailhead. You can actually basically study the requirements there and do get the task done. And once that is done, you have that super badge with you. Also, on the other side, we have the certification exam that obviously are the popular ones as well, where there's a cost. You need to sit for an exam, and there are some multiple choice questions which are purely scenario based that you need to answer. And then after that, you'll get a score, and you need to pass that exam. That comes with the cost, obviously. But whether, irrespective of whether that's a super batch or it's a certification exam, at the end of the day, both are credentials. If in case you are already not having a certification or are having just the super batches, please do mention it on your resume. Those are really resume worthy as well. When I had started my journey in 2018, that is when on my resume the only things that I had was super badges. Yeah, so when I started working initially, that was the only thing that I had. But on the way, when I had the confidence to appear for certification exams as well, I gained them as along the way. But I can say that there are a lot of stuff that is resume worthy and that you can earn on Trailhead and mention on your resume. The one other good thing that we can all agree upon, irrespective of whether that's Salesforce or that's MuleSoft, we have a very great community and a lot of people who are ready to jump in and help us out. So along with that, we have a Salesforce community as well, just available and ready to be leveraged from the Trailhead platform itself. There is another thing called Trailblazer Connect. under Trailblazer Connect, we have a Trailblazer mentorship program as well, where you can connect with mentors and mentees. And I guess similar program has been run from the MuleSoft side as well. Along with that, we have work fairs as well, where you can look for potential employers and look for job role. We have the Trailblazer community that is different from the developer community, but yeah, Trailblazer community is all about answering your queries, questions, stuff like that. So in all, the three important key factors, learn and connect, are really going to make your job easier at the end of the day. So as I said, some of the great things about Trailhead is that your own pace. If you are a self-paced learner starting a journey, so whenever you have time, whenever you're able to squeeze 30 minutes or 1 hour at the end of the day, when your work hours are over, you can always learn that. There's no hard and fast timelines. It's free to use. Along with that, the platform is great and easy to frisk. It's very interactive. You are There's a lot of graphical interfaces available as well. A lot of I can say visual representations that really keep you excited on your whole learning journey. Along with that, as I said, the Trailhead Go app is our mobile app that was launched some time back, and that really makes your learning journey easier. So whether that's actually an iOS and Android device, you can just keep your learning journey continued anywhere, irrespective of where you are. You just need to have a mobile device and an internet connection. The Trailhead Live, as I said, you need a classroom experience. For some people, yeah, the self-paced learning and the free learning works. But if you really want a person to actually teach you stuff, we also have that. We have on-demand live stream expert-led classes. And for most of the skills that you need, whether that's a specific cloud-related skills or an other classes or an admin-related skill, developer-related skill, you can leverage the Trailhead Live, obviously at a cost, yeah, but you have some great learnings to look forward to. Each experience is different, that is what I can say. For me, till now, Trailhead has pretty much worked. I really didn't have to get into the expert-led sessions. But yeah, if you get a chance and you do get that, it's really going to be helpful for you. Now, one more thing about Trailhead and being a trailblazer is that the journey that we have had from 2014 till now, it has really been a great one. We have more and more learners, and I'm really happy that there are a lot of people attending this session today. We'll have some more budding trailblazers as well, especially from the MuleSoft community joining us, and I really do hope that. Till 2020, there was a lot of impressive stats that we had seen. We had 2.8 million learners till then, and that is now a pretty much higher number than what is being displayed right now. We have many people, and there were 35 million badges that were earned. Everybody is trying to be a budding trailblazer, and from my perspective, I can say rather than just focusing on earning badges, we should always be focused on learning new skills, because at the end of the day, that is what we really want, right? We want to go home and be equipped with some more and better understanding of scenarios or we need technical insight on a lot of things. So that is what actually being a trailblazer is going to help you, and that is where you can make use of Trailhead in the best way possible to make your job easier. Now, so we are going to bit more into about what actually makes Trailhead. So for some people, you can say, yeah, the free learning platform is actually making Trailhead special. For some, it would be the gamified design. We have n number of budding trailblazers and n number of stories as well. But let me say from my perspective, what I think what makes Trailhead special is actually the trailblazers. You people, the people who are the active members of our community. I'll be getting more into what the trailblazer it is all about, and we have some prominent faces as well who are some of the not just limited to them, but yeah, these are some of the great people and they have some great story of how they became a trailblazer. Trailblazers is not necessarily a person who is tech savvy or a person who has been in the Salesforce ecosystem for long. No, that's not the case. You people who are attending this session today are already trailblazers, yeah, because you have an interest into Trailhead. After the session gets over, I really hope that you at least frisk the Trailhead platform. So everything is going to make you a trailblazer at the end of the day. some of the key things that makes a trailblazer is their interest in solving complex problems. I guess most of the people would be having that already. Apart from that, they should have the capability of thinking out of the box, or if not, at least an enthusiasm to do that. They should. It's really not important for you to be a coder or a tech savvy person. That's really not the case. You can just be focused on the functional perspective or on the soft skills perspective, but still be a trailblazer. So that is what being a trailblazer is all about. You guys are already trailblazer, and really like to thank you all once more for joining me today and being a trailblazer. I am also a trailblazer. So everybody has a learning journey that they are still doing. I'm also blazing the trails. So I have been a trailblazer for quite a long time. I'm sitting at 4-star for Ranger now as of now, but yeah, much more room to learn. So everybody is a trailblazer in our community. One of the most important story that I would like to highlight at this point of time is that of Mark Tussell. Mark is actually one of our key trailblazer. Why? Because he's actually from a mechanical engineering background. He's not even from a core, I can say, IT or a computer science background. No. He initially was a mechanical engineer, then he started studying to be a pastor. But after that, one day he was approached by his friends and one of his friends, and he was asked, "Are you interested in this CRM stuff?" He jumped on that. He was not even sure how to begin his journey, but after that he came across some YouTube videos, started studying from there. After that, Trailhead, and now he had built some pretty good stuff. So why I wanted to share the story was that irrespective of what domain you are from or what discipline you are from, that didn't actually matter. If you have a zeal and enthusiasm to learn new stuff, whether you want to learn Salesforce or MuleSoft, you need to just have that willingness to do so, and Trailhead is going to make your journey a lot easier. Some other things that I would like to cover is the Trailhead terminology. So when we are working on Trailhead, I really don't want anybody to be confused. The right side graphic really makes the stuff easier, and I like to explain it in terms of a bit theoretical part as well. So what is exactly a trail? A trail, for example, if we do cover a trail, right? There are some specific points that we reach, and we start from one point and go another point, right? And on the journey, we have specific viewpoints, or we can say a sunrise point or sunset point or stuff like that, or a place. So that is where we are jumping from one place to another. So a trail is actually a guided learning path which is made up of modules or project or both. So module, as I said, is the bite-sized unit or the simplest, like for example, I can say the cell is the simplest unit of living beings, right? In a similar way, we have a module which is focused on specific topic. We have challenges at the end of every topic, which can either be a hands-on challenge or it can be an MCQ based challenge as well. So we have both the sort of stuff like that. Now modules collected together with projects make a trail. What exactly is a project? Now a project is actually is instructing you step by step to actually achieve an outcome. So use case you will have what you are exactly building on, whether that's an identity recognition app or you are building anything, small integration as well with Twilio or any other platform or downstream system. But it's going to give you a step-by-step instruction that really helps you that whole concept and that implementation, and also understand what you might have missed or what exactly do you need to do to achieve the outcome. Credentials, as I said, for in the Salesforce ecosystem, both super batches and certifications are called credentials. I've pretty much covered on the credential part. I'll not go a bit more into it. Trail mixes is a complete combination of modules, projects, trails, and super batches. Now, when we begin a session, I mentioned that for every certification we have a trail mix. No, now, for example, you want to achieve a particular certification in the Salesforce ecosystem, so you have a trail mix, all the modules required to have a grasp of the concepts. You'll have projects as well. There can be other trails, and at the end, super badges as well. Because who doesn't want to have a credential already in place before even work an examination, right? So These are some of the common terminologies that you will come across on the Trailhead platform. Now, at the same time, when we're learning concepts theoretically, we also want them to apply those skills on the go, right? Now we need a place to do that. Now Trailhead is all about the concept of learning by doing. So we really want our uh, our trailblazers who are learning on the platform to actually validate what they are learning on the go. So for this Trailhead playground, some of you might be familiar with it. For people who are not familiar with it, a Trailhead playground is, I can say, is like a sort of a temporary environment that you can have. It has some sample data as well, and a lot of things that are already present in it that will help you directly build on things, test your skills there, or what are step by step instructions that are being given in a project or in a module. You can do all of them in a tailored playground, and then you'll have a better understanding. Also, playgrounds are will have keep on having that functionality until unless you keep on opening them. So let's say after 1 year you're wondering, for that specific module, what did I do? So you can always open that playground, and if it's not expired, you can always refer what was built in that, and that really helps. At the end of the day, what we want is all our learners to get hands-on on the go, and that really is what also makes Trailhead special. That is our secret sauce, that, and I'm really proud of that. So there's one other term that I mentioned, being a ranger. I am a 4-star ranger, right? So what exactly is a ranger? So now we also talked about the gamified design and the ranks that are being given out and to basically celebrate your achievements. So whenever a person starts their journey, the first rank that they'll be having is a scout rank. And as and when you gain more and more points, you gain more and more batches, you start rising up ranks, and along with that the final rank is a ranger, that is 100 badges and 50,000 points. Now 4 times ranger is 4 times this, so for right now I'm sitting at 400 plus batches, and 50 into 4 is 2 lakh plus points, and I'm already targeting to be a 5-star or 5x ranger as of now, and still I have a lot of room to learn new things. So is the next thing that I'm learning, and then do something else. These are the ranks, and you're really going to love it. And I really want everybody, and I really want to encourage everybody, even Neeraj, as and when your journey is progressing, feel free to share these ranks that you get on the and tag Trailhead on LinkedIn or any other social media platform, whether that's Twitter. We really love people sharing and this stuff in our community, and let's celebrate that together. That is one more thing that we have along on the Trailhead platform is the trailblazer.me profile. Now, for example, you have a resume with you, and you really want some, and you are applying for, let's say, a job that sits somewhere in the Salesforce ecosystem. You want the person viewing your resume to have a place to visit everything that you have, like your rank, your badges, what all community members follow you, what all community groups you are a part of, what all certifications do you have, and your other social media accounts as well. So this is where the trailblazer.me profile comes into the picture. It's a consolidated place where you can actually showcase your experience and your resume as well, in terms of the credentials, the super batches, the modules. Everything that you gain will be displayed there. So if we have a unified profile where you can frisk to your community feed, etc., from that page itself. We have the skills graph as well. Now that's a breakage of the different skills that you have gained over time on this platform, and you have that short URL as well. Now this is the best thing, that is what I really love about the trailblazer.me profile. I have also mentioned this on my resume. So, and that really has a great experience for the person who is actually viewing your resume. So they can visit that, they'll have a better understanding of what this person does, how active is he in the community, what skills does he have, and that is really going to make your job as well as your recruiter's job easier at the end of the day. Now, the next thing that I like to cover is, we have Trailhead. We have an understanding of what Trailhead is going to do. Now, a person who is in the Salesforce ecosystem and knows about Trailhead, or a person who wants to not only understand about Trailhead, but at the same time explore the MuleSoft front as well. So I have some of the different some badges taken out of the big ones available, especially for the people who are trying to begin this journey of MuleSoft. And let's get into it. So I have taken out these 3 basic to advanced trails that we have now. The key term being trails. These look as 3 main topics, but as it's a trail, it can be composed of multiple modules. It is Mars, but yeah, people who want to start their MuleSoft journey, you can start with the first batch, which is build great APIs and integrations with MuleSoft. Then you can get to know what the MuleSoft Composer is about, and then integrate how to integrate B2B systems. B2B systems is really an advanced stuff. So some people, so if you are a person who has an understanding of how integration works on the Salesforce front and how you can leverage MuleSoft as well, that is where you can just jump to this particular trail. But if you're starting a journey from scratch, start with the basic ones. Neeraj would be sharing all these links as well within the community, so you will have the links handy to directly frisk through these batches as well.
Yeah, definitely, Pranav.
Now, thanks, Neeraj. So apart from that, not only are we focused on the MuleSoft related learnings or that are available on Trailhead, if somebody wants to understand the Salesforce API ecosystem as well, now this term API is really popular, right? That is, I can say, the next bridge that we have between a dedicated system or social destination systems and an iPaaS. So if anybody wants to understand more about what Salesforce APIs are, what sort of APIs do we have, and some basic stuff of how to build on the integration services, how to plan on stuff, and we have different types of APIs that are available. So these are that you can actually look forward to. Now, as I said, learning is not only just about the technical stuff, right? Not only about dedicated coding or dedicated functionalities or automations. It's a bit more than that. Sometimes we are talking about best practices. Sometimes we are talking about soft related skills or some business process oriented learnings. So that is why I've kept a blend of these batches. We have the how API led integration is working to reinvent businesses. For architects, we have the API planning framework that focuses on what API do you need to leverage to add that type of solution. We have some popular APIs that we have in Salesforce are Lightning Platform APIs that covers rich SOAP, bulk API 2.0. We have the user interface APIs as well. And also I have kept a badge which is Apex Integration Services. Now, if somebody who is having some basic understanding of Salesforce and the programmatic declaration side, they can see how we can build REST and SOAP integrations with Salesforce being a source. And if you have an understanding of MuleSoft, you can just have your own playgrounds or dev edition orgs ready, build a sandbox, build a use case, and you'll have a great understanding of the concepts at the end of the day. These links will all, as I said, like the previous ones, will also be shared for you to frisk through. Now, before I get into the slide, we are going to actually do a quick sign up on Trailhead. If some people might have already not done, we are going to get a quick hands-on to going to find a particular trail. And I would want you guys to do that after the session gets over. But before that, please check on this if other attendees are actually into doing a hands-on on the go in this session itself.
Sure, Pranav. So, hey community, could you please, ping us if you guys want to see how to enroll on the Trailhead, how to set up your account if you guys are interested, or if you already have an account, then we are okay. So if you can please advise us whether you want to see how to create an account on Trailhead, you can, ping us on this platform. You already have Trailhead account, or you want Pranav to show you how to create a Trailhead account? We'll appreciate if you guys can, respond to the chat.
Guys, is it just me, or Is anybody else also not able to see Neeraj? If somebody could quickly put it in the
Yeah.
chat section, that
So
would be great.
people are responding, they already have an account. Okay. How about the other attendees? I hope everyone else don't have. Please show. Okay. Pranav, I think two people are saying they don't have, so it's better if you can just quickly show a glimpse of it. Pranav, did I lose you, Pranav? Pranav, are you there? So I think there is some technical glitch on Pranav's side. Apologies for 1 to 2 minutes. I think he is back. Hey Pranav, are you back?
Yeah, Neeraj. Sorry, unfortunately, I couldn't see your audio, your video, or hear your audio. I guess that might be some connectivity related stuff.
Yeah, there
Now
might be
I'm back.
some technical glitch. Awesome. No worries, Pranav. So a couple of guys are saying they don't have it. So it's better to show it to them once.
Yeah, sure. Give me a sec.
Sure.
Cool. Okay, so let's get into it. Let me just quickly show that. And it would be great if somebody would really want to have the steps here. So maybe you guys can open a web browser parallelly and do that. First thing that you have to do is actually go to trailhead.com. If you want, I can just pull up a window as well and show that to you guys. Allow me a moment, please.
Better, Pranav. If someone is facing any issues, that would be better.
Sure. Cool. Okay. I would want everybody to go to trailhead.com.
Pranav, can you maximize your window?
Yep. Is it better now, Neeraj?
I think it is small. How about the other guys? I think it is better now. That's fine. No, the whole screen size is small enough. No worries. Yeah, we can go from here.
Okay, cool. I have zoomed in a little bit as well in case if there's a problem with anybody. So what you can do is everybody, I am on this page. I guess you're also on this page itself. So there's a sign up button which is coming up here. You can just quickly click on that. Now it's really going to ask you how exactly do you want to sign up. So for people who might already be having a Salesforce edition or already have signed up previously on any of the orgs or stuff like that, they can log in through Salesforce as well. But in case if you're wondering you want to sign up through an email, you can do that. We have other options as well through your LinkedIn account, social media accounts like that of Facebook, and also through Google. You can do any of that. The recommendation one is that of Salesforce, but I'll say that if you already have that, do it. Apart from that, you can make use of either a Google or maybe your email account. Both of them works. Okay, so waiting to hear in the chat section. I'll give 2 minutes more time to everybody, Neeraj, in case they want to do that, and maybe then we can move forward.
Yeah, sure, Pranav. And thanks for the suggestion, Abhishek. Guys, if you're able to see your screen smaller, just right click on the screen, say show control. At the bottom right corner, you'll see an option to make it full screen. Thanks for sharing that tip, Abhishek. Anyone has any other question? You are more than welcome to paste your queries or your questions on the chat window.
Thanks for the question, Anam. We'll take this forward in the Q&A time. Right now, we're taking up queries related to this particular sign up, but we'll surely cover that up.
Definitely.
Cool, Neeraj. Let's move forward then to the
Yes,
next
sure.
slide.
Ashley has a question. Could you please take care of it, Pranav? It does not
Yeah,
matter
sure.
if I open a Trailhead account with a trial Salesforce account, right? Yeah, that should not be a problem.
That's really not going to be a problem. But that is one thing that I can surely suggest, Ashley, is always prefer that means for to which you are already always. So I've seen people who are actually subscribing through the accounts that they lost access to, and that is when sometimes it becomes pretty concerning that they actually lost all their trailhead progress. So
Very true.
my suggestion would be you can either make use of an email address that is your personal one. I really do that, and that is the only thing that I do. I really don't that 4-star ranger at the end of the day.
Very, very true. We can keep on going, and we can take all the questions in the Q&A session.
Sure, Neeraj. So the next thing is whatever we discussed about what Trailhead offers, what things can you do on Trailhead, can you navigate on Trailhead. This is the trail that I have found out for you guys. That is where you can revise all these concepts. Please don't be worried. I'll not be leaving out on the homework part as well. Don't worry. So I really want everybody to just sign in to their Trailhead accounts, and this is a step-by-step thing. We are going to find this trail, and maybe after the session or whenever you have time you can do this, but this is really going to help you understand how to make use of the trailhead platform to the complete potential. Because sometimes what happens is we really know what trailhead is all about, we have an understanding of it, but we miss out on stuff. Why? Because we don't know how to utilize it. I really don't want that to happen. So what you can do is just go to trailhead, and you will be landing on this homepage here, similar to what I have. You can just search for find your way and search. This trail is going to pop up. Find your way around Trailhead. This is what I have open. So it has some modules. As I said, trail can be composed of multiple modules. So it's going to give you a basic understanding of what all things are available on Trailhead, how to navigate it, the community, and other stuff. I guess that is pretty much simple and in terms of what I am trying to convey. But still, if all the details and the other deck part would already be shared with Neeraj, you'll always have one thing, the place to look forward to and search if you have missed on it. So let's move forward now. Who doesn't love tips and tricks now? So as I said, how are we to actually use the Trailhead platform to the fullest potential? The community path. So what makes a trailblazer successful is not only the part of learning, but also we have other things as well. How will you get more exposure? How can you connect to industry professionals? How can you get answers to your questions? So one of the major roadblocks that anybody can have in their learning journey is, and has always been, that if they have a query, they need that answered at the earliest, right? I guess most of the people will agree with it. So whenever you need something like that, Trailblazer community is and is going to be your go-to place for this. You can do a lot of stuff. You can have collaboration groups focused on certification part as well and other things. You can talk to Salesforce MVPs. You can connect within community groups. You have the student programs. You have community conferences. You have a lot of things, a lot of new learnings, soft skills. We have already pretty much covered that. Also, mentioned the mentorship part. You also have that with you. So you can always enroll yourself either as a mentor or as a mentee and learn more things. You can engage with industry professionals, seasoned professionals who can give you much better understanding of stuff of what you're looking forward to in your learning journey. We have a great amount of community groups. That is one more thing that we as Trailblazers are proud of. And MuleSoft is also one of the other places that I really love having good engagement in the community. We have a lot of great community leaders. We have so many amount of meetings. Just leverage that. As you do leverage the MuleSoft community group meetups, please feel free to leverage the community groups which are dedicated to Salesforce nearest to your area. Sometimes there are once I hope the COVID situation gets better, you'll be having on-site community groups connects as well, where you can meet people in person. There are some places where they are hosted, but apart from that as well, virtual meetups are always available. You can always do that. The concept of community groups initially was in person. That is how it had started out. But yeah, as of now, we are all sailing the boat, but still these sessions like these are really helpful for anybody, and you can leverage a lot in terms of things that and insights that you can gain from it. Yeah, some of the key things that we are going to look forward to now is how to make use of search and filters. Now, making use of search was already shown by me right now. Let me just show how you can make use of filters and other stuff. So I'm back at my home page, and I'm looking forward to trails. So let's see, I open the trails section, and we'll have different filters coming up at the top. Now, these are the roles part, these are the levels part, these are the product related and other specific tags as well. Now, for example, let's say I am a beginner. So I put a filter on that. I want to learn about being an admin. So I put a filter on that. Now I am interested more about, let's say, Sales Cloud or the Salesforce platform. I put a filter on that. And yeah, these are the results that are popping up for you. So in this way, I can say that you can really leverage this tailored platform as per your ease of understanding, as per your level, and take your journey step by step. I really don't want anybody to be overwhelmed with this journey. Just utilize these particular stuff that is available to its max potential, and you can basically search for stuff. Along with that, this tags also really helps. So let's say if I'm looking forward to the security part. So this is the content that gets further filtered. Or if I remove this, put it at beginner, and after that I put it on security, I'll have, irrespective of the product that we have it, all the modules that are, all the trails that are here, whether that's about AWS, that's about Pardot, or it's about best practice related stuff. We're developing securely, functional stuff. So we'll have everything present here. Now, sometimes what we want is we come across a trail. Let's say, let me go back to the find your way around trailhead trail itself. So this is a trail. I came across it. I really don't, I want it to be readily available as and when I want to, as and when I log into Trailhead. I don't want to forget where I found it. So the next thing is whatever piques your interest, or you have something down the line that you want to cover. So what you can do is just add it to your favorites list. You can click the star here. You can see it's added to your favorites. Where exactly will you find your favorites is when you log into Trailhead, you are at your home page. Frisk down to the bottom, and in favorites you'll find this here. So all your favorites that you have marked till now would be available here. So whatever, let's say you randomly are frisking through, come across a batch that you're interested in, just quickly add it to your favorites, bookmark it, and then yeah, you have it available on the home page itself. That is one other good thing that I really love. Or we are never going to lose track of what exactly do we want to achieve or earn in the coming days. Now, the next thing that I also talked about is trail mixes, right? Now we have custom journeys that we have created for trail mixes. Trail mixes available here. trail mixes that I have covered. There's a lot of stuff that is available, and apart from that, you can discover trail mixes as well depending on what is getting featured, new contents that is released. Now these are specific to different roles that we have and other career path or learning path that you have. But if you're looking forward towards certification centric trail mixes, what you can do is go to credentials. You have certifications. Click on that. As I said, every role is highlighted here. Every certification or being referred to as a credential is also here. For example, so I click on architect. This is the whole journey that they have shown, which is
Sorry to interrupt you, Pranav. Maybe a little bit technical glitch, so maybe you can switch off your video and try.
yeah, sure.
Sorry about that.
Cool. Does it work now,
No,
Neeraj?
it's better. Your voice is not breaking.
Okay. So getting back to that, as I said, we have this whole journey highlighted here for an architect. Now, when I frisk down, we have this different architect certifications as well. Let me open this application architect, for example. Now it highlights everything. These are the prerequisites that you need to cover. Now let's say if I enter into one of the prerequisites, sharing and visibility designer. Voila. So this is the whole thing this is the trail mix that Salesforce Trailhead has created for you, the whole journey and the other stuff that you need to cover in this whole journey. Now you can see this is a curated path dedicated to this particular credential as well. That is going to walk you step by step to what exactly do you need to do, what do you need to study, what all modules do you need to cover. And if you would remember that we are just not limited to modules. If I'll go down, somewhere down the line, you'll find a super batch, 1 or 2 like that. It really depends. I guess here there isn't one. But yeah, in starting certifications or the basic ones, you'll have that. So every trail mix is present and you can really leverage that. Even I have suggested that to Neeraj as well. If that is really going to help you out in this whole journey a lot, everything on the go, one-stop shop, really going to make your job and life easy at the end of the day. Cool. So this is the Trailhead 12 trail mix is all about what exactly did we learn and some other modules, how to set up, even setting up your Trailblazer.me profile will be covered. If in case, as I said, somebody was still having trouble with respect to the basics of Trailhead, what all things do you need to set up in your profile now? With respect to Trailblazer.me profile, where you can find out is on the top right, click on your image. There's the profile part. This is where it gets opened. Now, as I said, everything about you would be found here. So these are the batches that are visible, the people, the certifications that you have, the connections that you have, the super badges that you have, everything being listed here at one place, the skills that you have, the graph that I was talking about, and even all the badges that you have covered till now, more details about it. And the URL that we were talking about, which you can put it in your resume. You can find this here, copy it, put it in your resume, and even put it in your LinkedIn profile if somebody is looking in your about section. That is really going to give have a the person looking at your profile will have a much better view and understanding of who you are and what sort of learnings do you have. So I'll say, going back to the Trailhead 12 trail mix, everything is present here. Just if you just start with this, you'll have it pretty much figured out at the end of the day. Great. So with this, we actually have come to the end of the dedicated presentation we have. Now we are in Q&A section. So Neeraj, back to you now.
One small thing, Pranav. The trailhead that the trail mix that you were showing, it's better like, this Trailhead 12. Please share this link in the chat window.
Sure, Neeraj. Allow me a moment, please.
Yeah, sure. And it was a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much for doing this, Pranav. We really liked it.